y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Keisha. Today is Saturday, March the 15th, and I know what y'all are thinking. How you gonna do a weekly vlog and it's been over 2 weeks since you uploaded something? Listen, I'll explain all that later, but first I wanted to just come do a quick little introduction. I'm actually about to leave and head to Austin. There is an NPC workshop there, so we're gonna be a lot of pros. I'm going just for information purposes. Sandy Williamson's gonna be there. So yeah, I'm about to go hang out with a bunch of bodybuilders this morning and I'm excited. So before I begin, let's talk about the obvious, this right here. So yesterday I woke up and my neck was hurting, right? Let me just backpedal a little bit. I get body work done routinely, right? And when I miss or I'm off by a week or two, my body is just like in shambles. And so that's what happened. So you remember a couple videos ago, I had to go in for an emergency bodywork session because my left trap had activated. And so that was within like 2 weeks of my last appointment. So I told her, we can just push out the next one instead of me coming again in 2 weeks. And yeah, so I haven't gone. My bodywork appointment is actually next week. And what do you know, I woke up yesterday and now my right trap is activated. It hurts, it's traveling all the way up my neck. I did shoulders yesterday, so activated it even more. And then I got my hair braided yesterday, so I'm sitting with my neck, you know, and yeah. So I'm in a lot of pain this morning, so I decided to put a lidocaine patch on to try to help alleviate some of the pain. I've taken some medicine, I've been using my Theracane, and nothing is helping. Kitty, I'm recording a video. Okay, Kitty says hi, y'all. So anyways, like I was saying, I'm getting ready to head to Austin. It's a little bit after 8:30 in the morning, and the seminar starts at 10. So what I've done is cooked all of my first and my second meals. I'm bringing that with me. I typically don't eat my first meal until about 9 or 10. So I'm just gonna wait to eat until I get there. There is gonna be some posing going on. So I tried to wear something cute but comfortable because I am deep in my off season and I'm not trying to be feeling self-conscious, which I really don't ever do, but I just don't want to put myself in a situation to where I'm gonna feel a little self-conscious. So I do have on a cute outfit, y'all. I'm not gonna show you because I need to get ready and I need to go, but I'm sure I'll have some video clips once I get to Austin so you'll see it. But this is the top with the matching bottom, and it's pants and a nice little cute little top, okay? I'm gonna have my hair down, but for right now I have it up because I ain't trying to get medication in my braids, if that makes sense. I did put on a little bit of eyeliner too. So yeah, we're gonna be cute. I'm gonna pack my stuff, I'm gonna get on the road, and I'll see y'all in Austin.
It's just to look back at those trophies and not have to mean anything. You know, so I just want to be, able to say that to you guys because that's something that even I had to deal with. I'm sure maybe you might have thought about that, because we're always thinking about the next one, the next one, the next one. What about right here, right now? Right? So that's it for me. I just want to say thank you guys. God bless you all.
This transition is done. He's going to hit that backwards. He's going to open those backs and make sure that his arms are not out of view. Okay? Face the front. You want to make sure that all the judges can see you. And quarter turn to your right. Notice how Rita over there angled herself, guys. Very important that the judges see all of you. Quarter turn to your right. too much, we're going to lose that, and we're going to lose the depth to the dude that we're looking for in transition to the front. Once again, they are twisting. Both of them are twisting. Notice where she has her hand placement. I am seeing those shoulders. She's not hiding her back shoulder. That is what's giving her the balance from top to bottom. Balance in this division. We're looking for a smaller upper body, more realistic psychology. Quarter turn to your right. Now, this is the game. You're going to a very good point. I'm going to let you guys get facing back. And the difference between Finland and Bikini is going to be that side pose or that front pose. I'm going to have Brenda demonstrate that pose with her head kicked out, just like that. That is the difference. We're looking for something softer. Now, we're not looking for, it's an athletic look. You know, you do have to be conditioned, obviously, but we don't want you overly conditioned, okay? We don't want to see cap shoulders. We don't want to see big biceps. We want to see a nice, well-balanced look, athletic look.
up, y'all? It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, and we just finished up with the NPC Texas workshop seminar, whatever you want to call it, and I'm gonna sit in the car. I have to eat my next meal before I get back on the road, so let me sit and recap some things. So first off, did I think it was beneficial? No. So the reason why I don't think it was beneficial is because it was just way too many people in here. I came to the one that they did here last year, and it was the right amount of people to where you actually got the dedicated time to ask the questions, get the answers, get some good quality posing in. But this one, it just seemed like it was kind of think about when you go to a show that has an expo and there's a lot of vendors and it's just loud and it's just a lot going on. So that's kind of what it was in here. They had vendors, they had music playing. You couldn't really hear what folks were saying. And then like after the first maybe like hour, you can tell people were losing interest and they started having their own sidebar conversations, and it was just a lot going on. So the first like 2 hours, 3 hours, first 2.5 to 3 hours, it was kind of like introducing all the pros, which much respect to all the pros, but I kind of feel like you don't need to give a full 2 hours to introduce the pros and let them all do their individual routines. And I get it, there is a time and a place, but this isn't quite the time or the place. Like, give them their respect, introduce them. But it was a, what's your name, when did you get your pro card, what was your last show, what's your favorite color, like it for every single last pro that was in the building. I'm just like, this is great. You know, I kind of feel like y'all just could have been like, all the IFBB pros, raise your hand, let's recognize them, let's clap for them, and let's move on, right? I feel like that's what we could have did, but that's not what they did. So they also talked about not too much as far as like the different criterias and what they're looking for with each division, which I think would have been more beneficial for like first timers. They did have the pros come up, do like a routine. Some of them got to do individual routines. But again, if I am brand new to the NPC world, you're teaching me a 30-second, 1-minute routine, when true reality on the NPC stage, you get 10, 12, maybe 15 seconds. I'm just like, I felt like it was more of a, I don't want to say a pissing contest, but I just kind of felt like this was more so like a bros club for the pros, right? So then we break off, and I went for fit model. I think I've got enough information about Bikini. I wanted more information for fit model because it's something new. False advertisement. Y'all said Sandy was gonna be here. Sandy Williamson was not here. She was not here. So I feel some kind of way about that, because I came to get her perspective as the GOAT, you know, as the head judge. I came to get some information from her about fit model, what they're looking for, how they're judging, maybe some things that they have seen from the handful of competitions that they've had in the past. You know, I came to absorb information about this new division. So then when they broke out, they had the bikini girls and fit model girls together, and I'm like, no, this ain't right, because it's two different types of posing, right? And so I'm just like, they didn't really think about this. So anyways, I ended up finding a couple other girls that broke off and were with Adela Garcia. But again, she is a fitness pro. So you have a fitness pro with the fit model girls trying to teach them stuff, and I'm just like, it made no sense to me. I mean, it was here, it was good to be like in the space amongst other bodybuilders. I mean, I do like to come to stuff like this to keep me motivated and to kind of keep me in the space, but I'm just like, this was probably the worst of the Texas NBC workshops that I have been to. Yeah, it wasn't good. Let's see what else. A good thing also is that I got to meet some of the people who I connected with on social media that I've never met in person before. So like, shout out to Brittany Inez. We're both in San Antonio. We both follow each other. We're part of the vlog squad, but I've never actually met her in person. So I met her. She is literally a foot shorter than I am. So when we met each other, I was like, wow, like, I know we say that you're short, but to like see us together, it was like this, right? Like this. So also met a couple other people that I follow on Instagram. They follow me. Kelly Spaghetti, she's super cool. So I'm not a wellness girl, but as a fellow tall competitor, tall girls, we gravitate towards each other. And so it was nice to meet her. I've been following her journey with her nomad bodybuilding van life. So that was cool. Top tier, the highlight and the most important thing, which I guess was a good thing that I drove all the way out here. I stopped by one of the vendors' booth, and I was the last person to see him because they were packing up when he was getting done with me. So there was a bodywork massage, sports massage therapist there. I said, hey, I got this situation. Y'all, so when y'all saw me earlier, I had the lidocaine patch, right? So I was like, help, help me. So him being a sports massage therapist, bodywork person, he was able to go in there and identify where I had the pain at. So he gave me the best 5-minute sports massage that he could. He got some trigger points, he did some stretching, so like I can actually turn my neck now. I mean, the pain was about a 9 out of a 10 before. Now it's probably about like a 4 out of 10. So it's gonna be sore, obviously. Yeah, it's gonna be sore, but I mean, I'm like, okay, cool, I can drive back to San Antonio now. But he definitely got up in there. He also was like, when is your next bodywork appointment? I said, it is this Thursday. He's like, yeah, because your hips, child, we know I got bad hips, but the fact that strangers, complete strangers, can identify it. He identified my hips on my left side, which is the bad side. He also was like, you're my lower back on the other side too. He was like, you're elevated. So body work needs to happen. But anyways, I'm about to eat right quick. I will be right back because I'm not going to eat on camera, and I'm going to give y'all a recap of just where I've been and what's been going on and all of that. So give me 1 second. Let me drink this protein before it gets too hot. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I had to eat for a little bit because I'm hungry. Like I said, I've been here all morning. So where the hell have I been? That's the question, right? Let me make sure this is straight. I think it's straight now. Okay, so where have I been? Girl, low-key in my feelings, but not really in my feelings. Let's see. That's one. I didn't really have nothing to record because I ain't had nothing going on. It was the same shit every day. So because I was just going to work, going to gym, I was like, I don't need to pick up the camera and record nothing. But I actually got some stuff going on this weekend, such as attending this workshop. And then I'm going to the sneaker ball later this evening. So yeah, so I decided I would pick up the camera. Also, I just got my hair rebraided yesterday. My hair needed to be rebraided. So I was like, I'm not getting on nobody's camera while I look crazy. So I did decide to do 1B33 because I didn't want to have blue hair and it clashed with my outfit, or me trying to think about an outfit that would match with the hair. So 1B33. The only thing is that I have noticed here lately in my ripe age of 40, that's probably a bad. Only thing that I've noticed in my ripe age of 40, these gray hairs is coming, y'all. So although I didn't got my braids redone, y'all see the gray hairs? Y'all see them? Yeah. So we gonna have to figure this out. We gonna have to figure this out. Unless I'm gonna start incorporating some gray hair. I don't know. I used to be able to like hide and conceal my gray hair based off of how I parted my hair, but the baby, we all appear in the top with the gray hairs now. So so yeah, where have I been? I have not been practicing my posing as often as I was previously doing it. I still made a goal for myself to practice posing at least twice a week, because I know that that's the thing that I need to improve the most on when it comes to my improvement season, because I don't want to make all these improvements to my physique and then get on stage and it looks like trash. And so I made a promise and a commitment to myself that at least twice a week I was going to pose. So that's all I've been doing, is posing twice a week. That is it, right? What is happening with my posing? I don't feel confident in it, and it is causing a lot of self-doubt. Now, the same thing happened when I transitioned from figure down to bikini, because it's totally different posing. I'm completely out of my comfort zone, but eventually I halfway got bikini, right? And so it's the same thing that's happening. Is now that I'm focusing more on the fit model posing, I don't feel confident, and it's starting to get to me. And so I recognized the spiral that I was going down, and I said, no, you just need to cut back from your posing for a little bit. Like, it even got to the point to where I had a posing session scheduled with my coach, and I was like, can we cancel this? My coach, being the coach that she is, she wasn't trying to hear it. She was not trying to hear it. So, although in my little heart of hearts, I wanted to cancel, she didn't let me cancel my appointment. We had check-ins, and she was like, all right, so I'm gonna see you later this evening for our posing session. And I was honest with her, and I have been honest with her. That's one thing I will be as an athlete, because I pay these coaches way too much money. I'm going to always be honest, whether it's good, whether it's bad. And I let her know I don't feel comfortable, I don't feel confident. Every time I pose, it does something to me. Like, I can have a bomb ass workout, have a nice ass pump, feel like my physique is looking good, and then I'll go pose and I'm like, I look like a fucking baby reindeer, and I don't like it. And so, yeah, so that's what it is. So she reassured me that I am way deep into my off season, and my body and my posing will look completely different and will get better over time once I start prep, and try not to stress about it too much, because this is not a true representation. And although there, you know, positive things that you can say to make someone feel better about the situation, she said it. I listened, I took it in, but at the same time, I still feel the same way every time I pose. So there's that. Now, fast forwarding to this posing seminar, I did feel myself, I felt myself a little bit. Normally I feel a little confident and comfortable, and I don't let things like that bother me, because again, like, I know I'm not in prep, I know I'm not stage lean, none of that. So that was not a factor. I just feel like I look stupid doing the fit model poses. That's what it is. And that's what I was trying to explain to my coach. Like, I ain't concerned about my physique. I love the way I look in this body that I have right now. That ain't the problem. The problem is I feel like I look stupid. So that's what it is, right? So when I say, like, I'm not confident what I look like, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like I look silly. And so there's that. Yeah, that's what it is. This is gonna be like that for a while, and until I decide to shake it. I'm going to continue to practice my posing. I'm just not going to do it as often. And definitely when I feel like the practicing is a waste, I'll just stop and go on about my day. So there's that. Let's see what else. I think that was it. Yeah. So I'm about to drive back to San Antonio now. Again, I have a sneaker ball later this evening, so I'll capture a couple clips from that. I don't even know what I'm wearing yet, but I have 6 hours to figure it out. And I feel like it's gonna be a good time. I'm going with some of my sorority sisters. Shout out to Pam. Y'all love Pam. So there's that. Let's see what else is on the horizon. Y'all, I booked a cruise. Booked the cruise. I don't know if I mentioned that in my last video, but when Coach reassured me that we wasn't starting prep no time soon, I said, bet, I'm going on this cruise. So I actually will have another solo cruise, kind of solo but not solo cruise, coming up on the horizon. So I'm leaving in 2 weeks. I'm going on the Carnival Celebration, and I'm going by myself, but my mom and her husband were already booked on this cruise. She was mentioning it to me, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna join y'all on that cruise. So I probably won't hang out with them, probably won't see them that much, but yeah, so I will have cruise vlogs coming up after this. Yay. All right, let me eat. Let me get on this road, and I will see y'all probably not until I get ready for the sneaker ball, because I ain't got nothing else to talk about. So I'll see y'all later tonight.
It's 7 p.m. Friday, it's 95 degrees. I ain't got no nigga, and no nigga ain't got me. I'm about to show my ass. These niggas love free. How the fuck is that your man? If he right here with me, turned up with my niggas, turned up with my bitch, turned up in my shows, yeah, cause I got that bleak. 60,000 fans can't see me do my dance. Got 1,000,001 haters, and they y'all can kiss my ass. Turned up with my niggas, turned up with my bitch, turned up in my shows, yeah, cause I'm right here with me. I'm a fifth of hand, getting fucked up with my twin. Got a backwood full of top and a backwood full of beans. All that Twitter typing, bitches see me and ain't do nothing. Popped off with some biker shorts, I'm showing off my moose nut. I'm feeling good today, I'm outside with your bait. Got a brown skin nigga with dreads.
Okay.
And a black ass nigga with white.
What's going on, y'all? I am back. It's now Sunday, and per usual, heading to the gym because I have leg day with my trainer. So an update: how's my neck feeling? It's okay. It ain't fully healed yet. So I have put on. There's like a topical that's kind of like a Motrin version of topical. So I put that on. I took some Tylenol when I first woke up this morning, and then I also just took some Motrin. So that seemed to work last night before I went out. So I'm doing it again today, and so it's minimizing some of the pain. We gonna see. Hopefully I get through this workout, which I know I will, but I know I do have to do a bar loading. I think I got squats today, so I am gonna be putting a little bit of pressure on my trap, but we're just gonna push through, y'all. We're gonna push through. Counting down. Thursday body work appointment is happening. So also with the update, my coach changed my workout plan again based off of how check-ins went last Tuesday. So I was so happy, and I was enjoying the break where I got to do 3 upper body days, and she reduced it back down to 2 glute days. But girl, we checked in and she said, no, we need to go back to focusing on those glutes and legs. And so I am now back to training glutes and legs 3 days a week, and I have a push and a pull day, so only 2 upper body days. So yeah, that's where we're at with training. Also with that, because I'm leaving in 2 weeks to go on my cruise, I'm front loading some of my workouts, mainly my glute workouts, which I had already adjusted my workout schedule to accommodate. So instead of me having 2 rest days, I was only going to have 1 rest day a week. That way I won't miss any of my workouts, and I only have to work out at the time primarily upper body on the cruise ship, because you know they got primarily dumbbells and circuit machines. But since she changed my workout plan, I will be doing 4 glute days a week for this week and next week to get through. So just pray for me. I decided on like the back-to-back days that I have glutes, I'm gonna like do not necessarily a deload, but for that second glute workout, I'm gonna go a little bit lighter. I'm not gonna go as heavy because I know my muscles won't be recovered yet from the previous day's workout. So I'm just gonna listen to my body and just be smart about it. But that's the thing, like I'm just trying to find the balance with making sure I stay on track with my improvement season regimen, as well as having a social life and enjoying vacation time before we like lock down and prep. So gotta do what you gotta do, get it done. You can make it work. I think that's it. Oh, that's what I wanted to come up in here and say. I was like, I know there was a reason why I wanted to talk about some stuff. After driving for an hour and a half from Austin back to San Antonio, I had time to think about and kind of process how the workshop went and what I got from it. And so a couple things that I got from it. One, I'm going to talk to my coach and my posing coach about adjusting my front pose. More so, not so much doing the stallion pose, but kind of facing a little bit more, like opening up with my front pose. Because I noticed I was doing the old school stallion pose, or attempting to at least, and then all the rest of the women were doing like a traditional front A pose, I think that's what they call it. And so unless I absolutely hit that hoe, if I don't hit it right, it makes me look off. It makes me look odd, it makes me look awkward, it makes me stand out for a bad reason amongst the ladies, and that's not what we want. So I'm gonna keep trying to practice it, but I also want to see about learning the other front pose, which I think is a little bit more similar to the front pose that I do with athletic. So we'll see. Again, I brought it up to my coach and my posing coach, and we're gonna see what they say and make adjustments as necessary. And the last thing that I want to say, after talking with one of the bikini girls, so she's a bikini pro, got her pro card, I believe it was in December of 2023. So she's a fairly new bikini pro, tall black woman. So she's one of the ones who I've always been following but never really met in person. So talking with her yesterday, she had mentioned that she's actually going to transition over to fit model. And I was like, oh, really? You know, like, why do you want to do that? And she was telling me that she feels like her physique, which got her a Bikini Pro card, she feels like she's not big enough to be competitive in the pro league. And like looking at her and looking at me, like I know everybody's journey is different, but it's like if she's up here having that realization that she can't stump with the big dogs, let's just say Fit Model will be more fitting for me as well. And so they kind of gave me like some good warm and fuzzies, and I feel good, or I feel a little bit better about potentially making the switch. You know, like if you got a girl who just recently got her Bikini Pro card and even she feels like, nah fam, I can't stop with the big dogs. I mean, theoretically that could potentially be my same situation too. Again, these are all just like hypothetical things. As my coach would tell me, I just need to calm down, because when I say like spiraling, not in a bad way, but these are the things that I think about. Like I start thinking about, well, what about this, what about that, but if I do this, this will happen. And like I just kind of go into like a full on tangent in my head of all the different outcomes and possibilities and scenarios. And so it's not necessarily a bad thing, but that's when I say like I get overwhelmed with the whole changing and transitioning into Fit Model. But yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not in prep. I'm not starting prep anytime soon. I do believe this current training split that I'm on will carry me out for like the next couple of months. And so yeah, we're just gonna stay focused on the right now. That's what I have to keep telling myself. I gotta stay focused on the right now. The only thing that I really need to be worrying about is eating heavy and lifting heavy and making the improvements to my physique. So whenever it is that I do step on stage. Right. Okay, so I'm on base now, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my mind right for this leg day today. And this may be the end of the video. I'm not sure, because I don't have nothing else to talk about. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog, and I don't know if I'm going to pick up the camera again until maybe my cruise vlogs, which again, I'm leaving in 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens. If you don't hear from me, if you don't see a video for another 2 weeks, that's what it was. I had nothing to talk about. So thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop some comments, all that good stuff. And I will see y'all in the next video, whenever that may be. Bye.